got a big mouth. Ain't out there. I talk from my heart. I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes. But my controversy probably. And it's not my fault. I'm trying to find my way in the world. You know, I'm trying to be somebody instead of just make money off everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I go down paths that haven't been traveled before, and I usually mess up. But I learn, you know what I'm saying? I come back stronger. You know, I'm not talking ignorant, you know what I'm saying? So I obviously put thought into what I do. Your karma, everything that you do bad comes back to you. So anything that I'm doing that's bad, I'm going to have to suffer for it. But in my heart, I think what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just, when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is...
What's going on? It is your girl Queen Quee, and this is Hot Topic. Let's jump right on into it. Today, the first topic will be Sean Kingston says he has 10 different females and 10 different positions. Sean Kingston is a R&B singer. And he recently went viral because his stance on dating and having 10 different women at one time. So let's jump into what he said.
I'm horny and a girl on the way and she's not in my bed right next to me. It ain't gonna back off. It is, but nah, it ain't something that I do a lot. Like it's probably, you know what I'm saying? Because I got girls that I know. I fuck the same. Like I got 10 girls that I keep
rotation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 10? That's a lot. Local or like across the country?
Like over the years. No, I'm talking about all in general. But that's not bad though. If you talk about, and these girls know me for like 2-3 years. You feel me?
How many are you fucking raw? All of them.
No.
If you fucking raw, you might as well eat pussy.
I mean, you said like 6 of them.
I'm G with you though. I definitely don't fuck with condoms.
Well, then all of them, like I said,
so all of them.
Do you pull out at least?
Oh yeah, sure.
So
I don't know. You took a minute. He took a minute with that one.
I don't believe.
I'm just saying, like the kids, obviously. I'm horny and a girl on the way and she's not in my shit.
Or maybe you just like you drink a lot or something.
I definitely.
What if you jerk off and a girl comes over and you can't get hard? That's never happened?
Nah.
So you're not a one and done. How many times back to back can you go?
Probably about 3.
Do you change the sheets in between these different women? Do you change the sheets in between these women?
No, like this is how I do it. So I'll fuck with one girl like 3 days, 2-3 days. And if I get, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I might not go. I might keep going with that one girl. You know what I'm saying? But then if she do end up like, then I'll go ahead and bounce back with another, you know what I'm saying? And then that's, you know what I mean? I'll just play it like that. If I'm in a city, I'm in a different city, I have, you know what I'm saying? It's another, but 10 girls is just for LA. It's not just for all local. It's 10 girls in LA. I can say they, you feel me? But they know what it is. I'm not looking for no relationship. I don't care about what party you just shit.
Or maybe you just like, you drink a...
Just coming to the crib, we're gonna get a little vibe on, and we're gonna vibe. Stuff. Just coming to the crib, we're gonna get a little vibe on, and we're gonna vibe. Stuff.
Okay, you guys, that was his opinion. He was basically saying he has 10 girls that he mess around with in the same state, and he is having unprotected sex. These are his 10 go-to, I guess, the lineup, the basketball team, or whatever, the all-star group that he decided to basically, you know, consistently have unprotected sex with. First of all, I got an STD just watching and listening to that. No, I'm just saying. But it's very disgusting, and oh my God, it's just so crazy how I feel like in my generation these days or whatever, dudes are like so talkative. It's already bad enough. Like, what would make you get on a public platform? I'm pretty sure the girls knew that you wasn't in a committed relationship with them, but you get on a public platform, and is there a time where people are dying or people are being misled and everything else? You feel the need to let it be known that you had unprotected sex, and you're having unprotected sex with 10 women, and it's a rotation. And then you try to make it like, oh, it's only in LA though. I don't be going out around the world. It's still disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But this still time everybody do anything for clout. I don't know. Maybe he thought that, people not checking for him no more. So he wanted a viral moment to let people know that he is still pop locking and dropping. And and still, dropping off that peen and different women. And it's still no shortage on that. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, it's 10 females in counting, right? That you're having unprotected sex. But I pulls out. I pull out. And to me, it is so immature, not only on his part, but it's also immature for the women that he's involved with. And then I think that that's a safe thing to promote, especially when you have a younger crowd that probably listen to your music and stuff like that. Because all it takes is one person, one time to catch something. And this is the reason why a lot of people are, because you have to be careful. It's people out here that knowingly have different type of medical issues and stuff like that with their body, and they don't feel comfortable with saying it because they already know you will never trace it back to them. Think about it. You got 10 females in rotation. You're having unprotected sex. You catch one STD. Who can you really blame it on? Who can you really pinpoint it on? That's the reason why people are not revolving their sexual activities. I do think that if you're going to be sexually active with multiple people, you do need to use protection. Second of all, before you even do a new partner, I just think in general, before you even decide to have a new partner or whatever, you should definitely go get tested. You and them both. I mean, I try to be funny. So you telling me you can't wait a week? You can't wait 3 days to bust me down? We can't go to the clinic and you show me some type of paperwork? Because in this day of time, I noticed that a lot of men do not even have a doctor that they go to. It's kind of like they go based on the female. Oh, she said she clean and I'm clean. My ex never did come back, and tell me that she had something. So therefore, I'm good. And this is the reason why I don't talk to younger dudes. And no shade, but I mean, hey, if you want to know why I talk to older dudes, go to my very first podcast. I'll explain all the reasons. But this is the reason why, because it's so curly. And then some people that have any type of diseases or whatever, they get into a bitter state of mind because it depends on what they caught and who they got it from. Then they don't mind spreading it out. So you have to be careful in this day of time, because I know you guys have seen stuff on the news where you have different type of men and women that have caught a disease that they cannot get rid of, and therefore instead of them sitting over here getting the help and notifying a new person, they will actually go after different people. You know what I'm saying? Or they probably like, I'm gonna go after this popular person because I didn't already have to be faced with this and I want somebody else to feel my pain. So be careful with the type of intimacy that you have, because not trying to be funny, the older I got, I tell people about time, I got kids, but do not mistake that as me being a freak out. No, I'm just saying. But it's just the simple fact is that the older I have gotten, I have valued the meaning of sex. First of all, I don't even want certain stuff that probably attracted me or I desired when I was younger, that used to get me hot and ready like a little Caesar pizza. That does not, impress me nowadays. It's something about a man with working hands, not them temp hands. Them temp hands kind of soft and moist. I like a man with, with the work, his work ethic, how he treat his kids, how he treat me and pour life into me. That's the type of stuff that aroused me. So of course, I am more willing to maintain and control my composure, and it really have cut out on a lot of shenanigans, because you have to be careful with them soul ties. Now he messing around with 10 different women, and then have the audacity to probably be nervous, to feel like, well, yeah, we all good. I ain't got no baby, and this and that. I've been pulling out. That is very careless. But what do you guys think about the situation? Do you feel like that it's okay to have a lot of sexual partners, long as it's okay to have a lot of sexual partners long as you are protected? Or do you feel like at the end of the day, YOLO, you only live once? You know what I'm saying? That's the motto. So live your life to the fullest. Do what you want to do. Do what you know how you feel. So okay, that was that. Okay, the next topic is things were going things were about to go left on a podcast after Kevin McCall admitted that he put his hands on a woman. Now, anybody who do not know Kevin McCall is a singer that used to sing with Chris Brown. He is a writer. He used to be married to, who is that? He used to be married to Eve Marcella, the one who was on Top Model, who she won Top Model, and she also was on Real Housewife of Atlanta. Now, anybody that knows that he had a bad history, as far as like him and Eva, that kind of played out in the public eye with abuse, and she was basically trying to get him to sign over the rights for their daughter because she just was saying like how he was abusive mentally and physically, and he was basically on drugs and going crazy. Okay, so anyways, he does a podcast, and he sits down and do a podcast. I guess it was just to promote some new stuff that he has got out, because remind you, this domestic violence issue had happened like a couple of years ago. So this is a recent interview, and he talks basically, I guess he was trying to promote something. So let's just see how did this play out.
Trying to get attention, just like I got Chris Brown's attention when I posted the picture of Rihanna's face all beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is before I had allegations of the second alleged victim, which I did hit her because she hit me. You feel what I'm saying? Which is not cool. I understand. I understand. I know you understand.
From all your OGs on that.
Right.
But
I've even beat up for this.
I hit a woman.
So if you want to fade over this, if you feel like I shouldn't hit women, catch a fade outside, bro.
Right.
So don't sit here right here and act like you think I'm some weird. Bro,
I don't.
Shut the. I'm a rip, bro.
Right.
If come around and try to jump me, it's try to wait till I get around the camera and switch the narrative, bro. So if you got a problem, if you think I hit women like I told Eva Brothers, catch a fade, my.
All right, let's chill out. Let's chill out, Kev. Come on, man.
Yeah, don't play with me like that, bro. I don't hit, bro. I got 2 daughters, man.
That's not the picture we're painting. If you
want to paint the picture, trying to get attention, just like I got an anger problem with like you. Who do that little pat like Kev on stage.
All right, let's
catch a fade.
Let's calm down. We're gonna go to a commercial break.
Go to a commercial break, cuz 97th Street, bro.
We'll go to a commercial break. I'm gonna go out and talk to y'all.
Type I hate anything out here. Catch a fade.
Kev, that's not where I'm going with it.
Will take the picture right. I got an anger problem with like you.
One, nothing happened, people, on our break.
They dog the shit out of Brandon.
Hey, Kev, Brandon realized he had a boot on. He's like, I can't do this. Hey, Kev opened up the backseat of the car. I'm like, yeah.
Much love,
I mean, this is we have real conversations here. That Kev did say something outside about how he does like the show, and we will ask tough questions and everything like that. And to me, it's healthy at the end of the day. I think you will be highlighted in a great manner by the time we're done. But I mean, this was real. This shit ain't scripted. I want you to highlight one. Nothing happened, people, on our break.
Okay, so if you heard that was him basically losing his cool. He lost his cool because he was trying to explain a story of why he trolled and he went after Chris Brown for abusing Rihanna. And so then therefore he said, well, this is before the allegation came out, before, with his ex Eva. And then next thing the man was trying to let him know, like, hey, yeah, that wasn't cool. And he just flipped. As you can see, he was like, well, nigga, you catch a fight. You know what I'm saying? We can fight. We can this and that. And let me tell you something, because the last clip, it really disturbed me, because it was kind of like, you have all these in the video, you have like it was nothing but dudes in there, black men, big black men that was in there that was surrounding him throughout this stuff. Now, granted, you know what I'm saying, this man sits over here and flip out because you sit over here and try to acknowledge and let him know, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I understand he probably have got troll, death threats, and people coming after him. His career probably is over because of the antics and the stuff that happened in the past. But for him to still be triggered and nobody can't even let you know, like, at the end of the day, I understand you made a mistake, and they give you more advice without you sitting over here flipping up and talking about you can catch a fade and, oh yeah, don't get in front of these cameras and, act like, it's something different. You already know what it is. It's like, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you trigger like that? So this is a sign of an abusive man that still haven't got help. And I know this, you know what I'm saying, a lot of time with abusive, and the reason why I can speak on this is because that I have been in a domestic violence situation. It does not take a lot to trigger a person that is already miserable, uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, and that feeds off of drama. So for him to act like that on a podcast full of men and you automatically think they tried to bring you in there to set you up to fight you, when they sit up here and said that it wasn't cool, you didn't want to be held accountable for it. If you did not want to talk about it or go through that, why would you even bring up the situation with Chris Brown and Rihanna and then sit up here and say, yeah, like with my incident, but you don't want nobody to comment on it? So, yeah, so I really think that was kind of crazy how he flipped out and he acted a fool and decided to, go 100. What they say, 0 to 100. He was definitely the definition of 0 to 100 real freaking quick. And it was just disturbing to watch or whatever. And like I said, Prince, I did not like the last clip when instead of them men, when they brought him back in and they was trying to explain to him like, hey, we wasn't trying to gain up on you. No, nigga, get up on his behind. Because he really could have left. And yeah, nigga, if you want to catch a fight, because you can't fight everybody that feel like that at the end of the day, they don't agree or they gonna have something to say, then you're gonna be fighting for the rest of your life. But at the end of the day, I do not think it's acceptable and right for him to act like that and then nobody holds him accountable. And then he wants to sit up here and say that it was a mistake or it changed my life. The third side was him sitting up here, oh, no, yeah, everybody thought it escalated. No, it didn't. Ha, 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 ha. No, that's nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to sit over here and look at and be like, oh, well, yeah, he made a mistake, but we all good. Nah, we ain't good. And I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood, baby. You want to catch a fight? One time you say catch a fight, we can catch it. You know what I'm saying? We can keep it cordial. Well, your mom back, y'all say we can keep it cordial. We can get gangster. How you want to go about it? Because, y'all are the men that need to be standing up. This is what I'm saying about protecting Black women. I hate to be that person to consistently say that, but it's just a shame instead of them saying like, okay, my brother, I understand you got upset and you took it the wrong way, but at the end of the day, we was not trying to come at you like that. We do want to let it be know that, you know what I'm saying, we do not agree with domestic violence, and we hope that you learn. They could have took that about it a different way than trying to sit up here and brush it over the rug and say, well, let's not even go there. That's a sensitive topic for him. That ain't no sensitive subject to him. It wasn't no simple subject when he went upside her head. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's sensitive now. We can't say nothing to you. So I want you guys to see how people will basically the abuser would sit up here and victimize themselves and then turn around and then get upset and want to fight the world when people do not basically feed into the lies and the drama that they want to spread. They want to be an abuser and the victim. And yeah. So what do you guys think about it? Do you think that he took it too far, or do you think that he has a right to be defensive because he knows that people will try him? You know what I'm saying? And this is something that he has to, he has to do, and he has to set boundaries. But I feel like even if he didn't want to talk about it, he should have never brought it up, one. And on top of him not bringing it up, he should have never even, he should have let them know before. This is what I talk about. I talk about my music and writing this and that. This is what's off limit. They all have a choice to doing that when they're going to the interview. So I think that once again, he made himself look bad, and especially he made himself look weak. Anyways, next subject is women allege Carmelo Anthony is the father of her newborn twins, claims he has provided financial assistance, but she is seeking for her children to have a relationship with him. So it says it has only been a few hours since a source revealed that Lala Anthony was filing for divorce from her estranged husband, Carmelo Anthony, and the tea is starting to flow. According to Hollywood Unlocked, a 30-year-old woman who doesn't want her identity revealed at this time shared a text message alleging that Carmelo is the father of her newborn twins. The woman claims she met Carmelo in New York last year. At first, she turned down his advances to hang out a few times, but claims they kept in contact and eventually hooked up. She advised HU she was fully aware Carmelo was married, but insists that he acted like a single man. The reports also allege that when the woman found out she was pregnant last September, she and Carmelo agreed she should gotten an abortion. However, her case was more serious and she needed a medical abortion. Someone had to accompany her. Okay. So basically, Carmelo Anthony, the same man who's been married to Lala Anthony for, I want to say, over 10 years. Am I surprised about this incident? No, I'm not surprised. You know, a lot of, I feel like people that's in the industry, basketball, music, whatever industry you in, you have access to all type of women. Women that you knew for a fact would not mess with you, you know, that if you did not have two nickels to rub together. So it's some type of power, adrenaline to know that you can have any woman that you want. I'm not surprised about him having a child on Lala just because that the chemistry and the situation that they already been going through. Carmelo Anthony already had a child before these so-called twins. He has a daughter that probably, I want to say 3 or 4 years old that he pays child support for, but he doesn't claim or be a part of her life. So that doesn't surprise me that he ended up getting a woman pregnant and she had twins and she wants him to be a part of his life. Now I can put the blame on both, you know, and let's just keep it real. Like who is it to fault? Is it the woman? Because at the end of the day, you lay down with a married man. Every married man that try to talk to you, sweetie, is not going to tell you. First of all, they're going to make it seem like their marriage is not a big deal. Second of all, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to admit to nothing. Like, it's never their fault, you know. And of course, you know what I'm saying, if you're down with it, then they down with it. So is she in the wrong or is he in the wrong? Like, who is in the wrong in this situation? Because now they both agreed to go through the abortion process, but the first mistake was talking to her in the first place. That's the first thing. Why are you even entertaining somebody and you're married? You know, second of all, you know, not only is you married, you laying down and having unprotected sex with this woman. So you're liable to bring me back something or whatever. Third of all, you sit up here and you want an abortion. You shouldn't have even been sitting up here having entertained it or having unprotected sex with her, period. But y'all want an abortion and y'all agreed to get an abortion. But she said she did not, she could not get the abortion because she needed a medical procedure and she needed somebody to accompany her. That right there says a lot too. You telling me you go out here, you have unprotected sex, you do this and do that. If you get sick tomorrow, you don't have not one person that can go to the hospital and pick you up and make sure you'll be okay. And I really do think there was a cop out for her to basically say she didn't want to get an abortion. You see what I'm saying? Because she felt like this was her meal ticket. But let me tell you, women out there now, you can never win when you play dirty. I understand that the wife or the girlfriend or the baby mama don't owe you no loyalty, but you owe yourself loyalty and respect. Don't ever play number two. God ain't put you on this earth to play number two to nobody. I don't care who you is and what you got going on. I do not feel bad for this lady. It's because that I feel like not only is Carmelo going to get his karma, I feel like she's going to receive it when it comes down to, you know, the neglectful side of it. Because let's be real, he did not promise you a dream. He did not sit up here and tell you that, oh, okay, if you lay down and have this, you know, have my baby, I'm going to leave my wife, I'm going to do this and do that. These niggas ain't even promising y'all that these days. Y'all, why are y'all having these kids and y'all knew that they are in a relationship? What makes you think that a person, a man with money is going to sit up here and automatically, you know, go for the shenanigans? They're going to, oh yeah, girl, don't worry about it. You know, I know he going to be there. I know he going to stick beside me and this and that. You're foolish. You're foolish. And if they don't show loyalty to somebody they walk down the aisle with and they put their name on some paperwork to say if something happened to me, this person is over my life. If they not loyal to that person, because I don't care what y'all say, a piece of paper mean a lot. I don't care what y'all, oh yeah, it's just the wife and who do this, they've been separated, this and that. If something happened to this man tomorrow, that Lala Anthony has his life in her hand. That says a lot. It's a difference. A lot of dudes sit up here and say that they're going to marry you and be with you or whatever. But I don't care if he's a player from the Himalayas. For him to walk down that ass and sign paperwork, oh yeah, that's a different type of meaning. So, yeah, he got some twins, and one of the twins is already going through medical history, and she thinks that this is a way to keep him or basically make him stand up. And let me just tell y'all this. This story is probably like 2 or 3 weeks old now. Do you not know that it was hype at first, but it has died down. So, lady, you sit up here and try to expose him. You want to be secret the whole time, but now you're saying you see that he's not what you thought he was, and he's still with his wife, and he's still fighting for his family. You expose this man. And now you're saying your child, you're dealing with a set of twins. One of them is in crucial condition, and you're wanting the public to do what? We can't do nothing for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said with the media, it was hot off the press. It was talked about for a week, and now nobody is worried about it. Nobody worried about you, your twins, or the situation with him cheating. Everybody's going on about their business. So be aware, ladies, you know what I'm saying, when you lay down with these type of procedure. I fought the man, but I also fought a woman, because it's your body, your mind, your soul. And then at the end of the day, you're thinking that that it'll all come out to the light and stuff like that. Yes, it'll come out to the light, but let's just be honest. Even if Lala was to leave him and stuff like that, and then he sits up here and he wants to be with you and your family, or he comes to you, can you really sleep good at night knowing that this is the same way you got him? And what they say, the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. That goes for women and female. Be careful how you get people. I don't care what you say. The number one thing when it comes down to friendship, relationship, family is trust. Once you lose trust for a person, it's up there and it's stuck there. Okay, so last subject for today will be Nick Cannon. And I wanted to talk about this is because that I wanted to know people's opinion. Do you think if a person is that has a certain amount of money and is rich or whatever, do you think that they can be a good father? Does that make you a good father if financially you're stable enough to have multiple kids with multiple women? And before I get into this clip, the reason why I wanted to say this is because Nick Cannon is basically, he went viral because he had a set of twins, and then on top of that, now this day or whatever, his I want to say his other baby mama, fifth baby mama, whatever, she just had a baby. And remind you, he has, I think, 7 kids, because he had 2 sets of twins for sure, and I think 3 kids altogether, and these are by different women. And they was going in on him because they sit up here and said that, you know, he took a maternity shoot without him. One thing about Nick Cannon, he gonna have a baby, and you know, and a lot of people were saying like how that was very selfish of him to have the kids, and then some people were saying that it doesn't matter, he has money, he's rich, he can take care of his kids, he can have how many kids that he wants. So let's get into what a clip that I found of what he said a while back ago.
You experience near-death situations, life-threatening situations. It's honest, it's real. I feel like, I'm running out of time. When every time I think I'm doing good, then I got to go back to the hospital, and it's like, I almost died this time. The blood clotting. I don't fear it. I welcome it. I got to a space now where it's like, it's probably gonna happen. I'm probably gonna die sooner than most people, and because that's what the doctor said. But I'm living life like, what did the doctor might die in the morning, so that's all night. What did that? Yeah, right. Well, now you got a point. The doctor, why wear condoms? I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. You experience near death.
Okay, so that was a clip of Nick Cannon a while back ago on Howard Stern show, and he was saying that how he experienced new death, and just basically saying like living his life to the fullest, because once you experience near death the situation, you want to go back harder and stronger. And he also basically said that it was later on in the interview, he was just letting it be known like that's the reason why he don't mind having kids and multiple kids, because he want his legacy, to be still in effect and people that carry his last name. And I personally think that it's very selfish and disgusting. Like, why in the world would you sit up here and have multiple kids and think that it's okay? And it goes back into the Carmelo situation too, when you have a man that has money and that has access to a lot of different things and places, they feel like it's okay to multiply and cheat and lie and deceive. It's some type of power struggle. It kills me because Nick Cannon started off with, he was married to Mariah Carey, ended up having those twins, and then after they got divorced, it's like you're consistently making kids left and right, and it's no substance. You're not not committed to none of the women. You're not in a relationship. Some women even came out and said how they had a miscarriage. And these women are dealing with this miscarriage the same way they would deal with it if they had birth. Because it's not like that he's telling them to get an abortion or he don't want to be with them. One thing about it, granted, he is being there and opening up and, being the, going to the delivery births and taking the maternity shoots. But can he possibly be a great father to all his kids? It's impossible in my point of view. I would love to hear you guys' point of view on the situation, because in my point of view, it's no way that a man can sit up here and be a great father to 7+ kids. I don't care how financial stable you are. It's no way in the world that you telling me that this person that sit up here and had multiple kids, he can give you anything you want, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, he's not going to be there. Someone will be lacking some type of love, affection, and attention. That goes for the same thing when it comes down to women. Not trying to be funny, like a woman can sit up here and have multiple kids and stuff like that and still stay in the same household with her kids. And it's always going to be that one kid that feels like that they don't get enough attention, love, and affection. So I really do think that's a selfish thing for him to do. I love to hear you guys' opinion about the situation. Do you think it's okay if a man has money, long as he have the money and the means to take care of his child, he's okay? Or do you feel like no, it is very impossible for a man to be a great father? Or do you feel like it's okay for a man to have multiple kids as long as he's financially stable? Or do you feel like it's selfish? And then also you have to look at the fact of Nick Cannon, like he said and say, he's dealing with lupus and I think it's lupus or sickle cell or something that he's dealing with that basically keep him in and out the hospital. To me, it's very selfish, and I think people need to be considerate when they consistently want to have kids and you have medical issues. I'm not saying that, hey, don't have no kids, you don't need to be having, but think about the stuff that you went through. If you're dealing with lupus or cancer, you have a history of different type of stuff, and you end up do have a child, a miracle baby and stuff like that. Be very mindful that anything can happen. Be very mindful of the simple fact is that, do I want my child to go through the same things I had to deal with, being in and out the hospital, dealing with breathing, dealing with my health stuff, dealing with they can't never have kids and stuff like that? And that's not saying that you're not good enough to reproduce, but be mindful, because this man is sitting up here talking about a near-death experience and he's ready to die, but you're not thinking about these kids, all these multiple kids and these different women that you're leaving behind when you pass away. And just because a person is famous, far as like we always seeing them and stuff or whatever, and they own a lot of stuff, that doesn't mean that their business is set up to the point where everybody is covered. Look at DMX. DMX is a prime example. He sold millions and millions of records. He has sold out stadiums. He has been on different type of magazines. He had 15 kids, and his estate is only worth $1 million. That is nothing. And on top of the $1 million, they can't even sit up here and say that he owned all of that. They're saying that, hey, they got his kids, his 2 oldest kids has to fight for it, because at the end of the day, he was not married. He divorced his ex-wife, and then his girlfriend, his fiance that he had his last child with or whatever, they was together, but she was trying to go for the common law marriage, and they didn't go for that. See, this is what I'm saying. And Swiss B said it at his funeral. Make sure your stuff is squared away. Make sure you are set up, because when you pass away, you're going to have other people that's in your pocket. So while y'all up there like, oh yeah, let me go support this person when they pass away, it's no need for you sitting over here going to watch Wild 'N Out and watch some What Love Got to Do With, whatever movies and CDs or whatever he put out or whatever, thinking you're supporting him then. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that means nothing if other people had ownership. These people, like I said, people are so caught up on, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, this person got money and they got all them kids gonna be good and straight. No, I have seen a lot of celebrities pass away and then their family is not well taken care of because their finances was never up to par. That's the reason why a lot of these artists have to go out on tours, have to keep money flowing and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, they already know I'm here on this earth, but all my stuff that is public, for as my music and shows and stuff like that, I don't own the rights of that. I'm not getting paid. I'm probably getting paid a portion, but I'm not getting paid what the people that's behind the scene that pushed this show and invested in this show. So don't just automatically assume that Nick Cannon got all this money and he can afford 7 kids. No, but y'all looking at the money asset. It don't take money to basically show a child love and affection. I done seen kids love broke behind daddy or a sorry mama, but they love them because of the attention and affection. So that wraps up today's segment. I really would appreciate it if you guys let me know. Please like, share, comment. I hope you enjoyed this podcast today. See you next time. Mwah.